Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
see this?
go.
You cannot go
Baby,
here.
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? It's Friday. It is Friday and just got paid Friday night. Okay, you guys, let's get on into it. We're not going to stay here long. No longer than 30 minutes, so we're going to have to get on into the content today. We're going to be talking about Yak Gotti a little bit and then what's going on in the real world right now. And because, things is happening. I want to give a shout out to the 3 people that came in here. You guys get tickets. We've got a Christmas giveaway. It is going to be December the 31st, and that is on a Tuesday. And I think we said, I can't remember what time it was, you guys. So somebody give me the time. I think we said 5 o'clock Central Time. I think that's what it is. So the 3 people that came in that I see, let me stroll up, because somebody going to be like, I was, or maybe on your computer, what it says, but on my computer, it says Sonia Watts came in here at 2:46. Thank you for coming on in the building. We open up at, I think, at 2:45, you guys. She was right in there. And then Nancy LaRose came in. Nancy, she got in there. She was like, She said, the devil is a lie. I'm gonna give you some tickets in there. So Nancy LaRose, you got in there. Congratulations to you. And then we got Danielle Berry Sports Highlight. She came in at 2:48. Same time Nancy LaRose came in. But Nancy, she was second, and Daniel, you was third, and then we got Lisa Taylor, which was fourth, you guys, and then we got Woke to God. I mean, and y'all all came in at 248, but Danielle was the one on my thing that she beat all of y'all. So I got Daniel's name down, Nancy LaRose, and then I got Sanja Watts. And like I said, until December the 31st, we will be giving a free ticket to the first 3 people that come in the building. We sometimes open it up as early as we possibly can. Today was just I kind of wanted to open it up earlier, and I know you guys was waiting on it, but I was looking to see, was there any new information on Yak Gotti. We put out a really pretty picture of him. I didn't know the young man. I knew he had potential. I knew he was a nice looking young fellow. I want y'all to see how nice looking this fellow is. I mean, he's nice looking. Don't get me wrong. I think y'all miss stuff, but I don't miss it. I'm gonna pull his picture up real quick. There it is. I want y'all to see this young man. He's a nice looking young man. Now you see he always have wrinkles in his forehead. He looked like he could be maybe the leader. Just by the way he looked. And, everybody was like, oh, y'all need to let him out. Y'all need to let him out. Well, they did not know that he was the perpetrator. He was the main perpetrator that was causing all these problems that was in jail. I mean, he got stabbed in the head because he went up to somebody. Allegedly, we don't know if that's true, but they say allegedly he went up to them and started a confrontation with somebody because they said they were going to do something. And he was like, well, shoot, you're going to do something. But I mean, when you in jail, that's what you got to do. You got to protect yourself. You got to let them know, I am not the one to play. Because if you let somebody like school you while you come in, they just talking trash, smart mouth. And it's usually somebody small or something that's sitting there saying, I'll do this to you. You think you something. It really probably don't even have anything to do with gang. But having that as a part of your history, people gonna try you. And then you got to make sure people know you're not the one to play with. So I'm just guessing. But, and I'm just being honest with you, I'm just guessing, but Yak went up to him and was like, okay, well, let's get it on. Ain't no, what you waiting on? It's just, you know how it was when you went to school. You be like, it's just, only thing between us right now is air and opportunity. We will be talking some smack. And then usually, if nothing jump off, you be like, whatever. You still talk smack, but you going about your business. I don't think nobody really want to fight. I thought that until I ran into this guy I dated. I can't remember. I thought, oh, okay. His name was Quentin. And I dated him for a while. And I said, I asked him, I said, man, what do you like to do? You out in these streets and everything. And you know what he told me? And he was just a little bitty man. I mean, he probably weighed about $140, and he wasn't tall. He was probably about 5'7". He wasn't no gang member or nothing. But I mean, he be out there in them streets, doing what he do, gamble a little bit, drink a whole bunch, actually. But he loved to fight. He said, I love to fight. I couldn't wrap my head around somebody telling me that that's what they like to do. They like to fight. So I went ahead and gave this young lad a chance, I said, and I'm going to date him and see where it goes, knowing that that's what he told me. He loves to fight. Now, the whole entire, he didn't fight me. He didn't fight women. He just said somebody try him. He gonna give him the business. And we dated for maybe a good year. I mean, he was a cheater, so it didn't last long. And I just felt like, you know, mm, he was just not my cup of tea. I don't really like men that sag. That's just. I mean, I be thinking to myself, I'm embarrassed because he wants to sag. And then what? I might have a business function or a job function going to. I can't bring him with me because he's sagging. You know what I'm saying? So it was just unbearable. But anyway, I mean, only places we did go out a couple of times. We had a good time. I mean, he got drunk. And I said to myself, I don't like a drunk. So, I mean, he had 2 strikes and he was out, really. I mean, then he cheated, which I was really not in the relationship by that time. I had already, mentally done left the relationship. So, it didn't bother me none. Well, my feelings wasn't hurt or anything. It just wasn't for me. But, me telling you guys this, about a month after that, he ended up in the hospital where somebody hit him in the head with a brick and busted his whole they say amalgata agata whatever, busted it wide open. He was in the hospital fighting for his life. But I mean, he was fighting. He and you know what, I went in there. His family called me knowing that we're not together. They called me and they said, hey, Quentin's in the hospital and we don't know he's gonna live or whatever. And I went up there and they had just did surgery, so I sat in the room with them and he was unconscious, for a whole day. Me and my daughter, we just laid there and he finally woke up and he was still ready to fight. He was like, he don't know what happened. He was talking some smack to this dude and the dude said he wasn't gonna play with him. But anyway, nevertheless, like I said, you guys, you don't know what people are about. Some people are they wired and that's what they love to do. They love to fight. There's some people that love to argue. Have you ever been with somebody that only thing they want to do is argue? That you walk in the house. Oh, you ate up all the bread. The dishes ain't washed. Why you didn't cut the grass, or you cut the grass too small, or, there's a piece of paper on the floor, or, did you cook, or da 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 da. Let's argue about it. Let's argue about, my this, my that, da 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 da. Argue. You know what? I'm like this. I love peace. I really do. I don't know about you guys, but I love me some peace. I love coming in my house. Ain't nobody arguing, hollering, questioning where I'm at, where I'm going, where I've been. Take your shower, jump in the bed, call it a good day, whatever. Get ready to walk out the house. I don't mind somebody asking me, hey, where you going? Oh, okay. I'm going over here. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm grown. I know what I can do and what I can't do. What I don't want to do. I don't want to get myself in a bad situation. So I am only going to places where I love to go with some peace. Have me some, I might want to go to the casino and, and play a little slot or something. Or I might go to the store and try to pick out me a purse or whatever. Anyway, I just don't I love peace. I don't want to do the arguing. So yak. And here's the other thing. If you guys didn't know, yak, there was a confrontation before then too, and they looked back at the cameras and they said he was the primary suspect in that. And if you look at this young lad while he's in court the whole entire time, you would be like, he's so quiet and peaceful. He don't say nothing. He sits over there and he laugh about a little bit of stuff. But he don't look like the one that's out there doing all this ruckus. Well, what he had did was, you guys, allegedly, because we don't know, we wasn't there. Allegedly, they say they see him walking into the cell, locking the cell down, and with a stitching cord, and whoop this other lad for hours, all across his back, all across his face. He probably said, boy, I'm going to whoop you like your daddy. He said, I'm going to whoop you like your daddy. There's nobody can help you. Nobody can help you. Me and you going to be in this cell. And guess what? And you're going to find out I am not the one to play with. That's some stuff. That, I'm telling you guys, that is some gangster stuff. That's some stuff I would do. You know, especially if I know you playing with me and then I done locked you in the room with me. Can't nobody help you. Can't nobody come and get you. You gonna get exactly what you came for. You done played with me way too long. That now ain't nobody gonna help you. The guards can't even help you. By the time they get in here, you done had you a good... See, that's what I'm telling you. Somebody come with a extension cord. It had to be a younger lad. And he was going to show him. Respect your elders. I'm not there. I don't know, you guys. I'm just saying. This is my mentality. This is what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? I could be completely wrong. He said they were stealing my stuff. Now, you know a peanut in there... You don't take somebody's nothing. If somebody offers you a bag of tater chips or a zing bar, zing, zinger, zuzu, or whatever, or I don't know, woo, I don't know. You don't take it unless you gonna owe them. So I don't believe it was anything of that nature like, you know, I'm gonna get your butt and so we're gonna go in here and we're gonna do the darn thing. It could be that too. It could be that. You're going to give me the booty. It could be. I'm just saying. I doubt it, though. I doubt it very seriously if it was that. I believe when he said they stealing my stuff, you know, he only got a limited amount of money. And you come in and your honey bun is gone and your zuzu is gone. And he's sitting there smiling with chocolate on the side of his face. Oh, you finna get the business. Oh, you wanna go into my food like I bought it for you, and you sit there like, oh, Ninja, I don't care, whatever. You know what? You're gonna hate. They're gonna either move you or you're gonna hate being in this same cell with me for the rest of your life. Cause right now they're not even giving me no bond, so I'm on trial for double murder too, and you stealing my stuff? Have you lost your cotton picking mind? That's crazy. I wouldn't even mess with somebody that's going to trial for double murder. He was on trial. Don't get me wrong. There was no evidence. He walked in the store and got back in the car. That's all we seen of Yak. I know that he was at Young Thug's house. He ran, but he had all these guns. He seemed like a person to don't play with. Like, you know, he'll sit there, smile at you and say, I know you lying. Some people can provoke you. Yes. Nope. Exactly. Nobody likes a thief. She said, I ain't doing all that arguing. Hello, woke to God. It's just crazy, you guys. So, you know, you got to learn how to pick your battles. So that guy ended up in the hospital. Yes, he did. Surely he did. Okay. Anyway, he's still in jail. Shannon's home. Shannon done got on the plane and went straight to Texas. You know, he's in my neck of the woods now. You know, I can get in my car and but I don't go up there. I've never been to that part of Texas. I could. It's just another 3 hours. I ain't know nobody trying to drive another 3 hours. I mean, I might catch me a plane or something, but I ain't trying to do all of that. But you know, once you've seen Texas, you've seen it all. Texas is huge. Texas is big. Texas to me is like a whole state by itself, and then the little cities that's in it is like when I say a state, I know Texas is a state. I'm saying like the United States. and then you have your small states inside. That's how big Texas is. It doesn't look big on a map, you guys. I know y'all be like, Texas is not that. Let me tell you something about Texas, okay? Everything is big in Texas. Oh, if you ain't been there, you probably need to go. You ain't seen nothing like it before. But everything is big. The roaches is big in Texas. What do you not know? Remember, you guys, I went over to Dallas is normally where I go, but I went to Dallas and I went on a humbug. I said, Papa, come on, we gotta go. We got an interview with that boy, that brown boy, that allegedly they said that had took out Cash Garner. We got to go talk to his mother. She said come on, and so we're going. So we got down there, and I said, okay, we only got like $100. So where we gonna stay at? So we got this little hotel, and when you say Roach Hotel or whatever, well, got out the car. We done paid for it. It was like $80 a night or something. Yeah, DB, Darius Brown, girl, you own it. And got out the car and was getting the suitcase, because only thing we wanted to do was, you know, just get the salt off our body, because we've been driving all night to get up there, because I wanted to be up there first thing in the morning so I can, and that's what we did. But anyway, nevertheless, see y'all don't understand, like, we were having fun on top of you know, trying to find out what happened to the baby. It didn't matter what color the baby was. Some people was like, yeah, I got in my car. I wanted to know, where's the baby? What happened to the baby? Whoever will talk to me, I'm going to talk. I'm calling them. I'm asking questions. Oh, I've been there once, but you know, you said you're coming, but you didn't come. So now, don't make me come back up there. She said, no, come on. So I went. I knocked on the door. She came right to the door and said, hey, I'm here. Anyway, nevertheless, you guys, I always record our conversations, not to put them out there. Everybody know, if I say I'm not going to put it out there, don't make me put it out there. Don't call me no liar, because it is true. I tell people that all the time. Do not call me a liar. Do not say this and it's that, because I will back it up. Don't make me show you that I'm not an idiot. So anyway, and she never did. Me and his mother got along, but that's why I always had the insight of, could he read, and where was his mind, and could somebody manipulate him, and did they manipulate him? Well, I mean, we really still don't know, but if there's a doubt in my mind, I'm not going to sit on YouTube and bash somebody because it looks this way on YouTube. When, like I said, I know a lot of the inside information. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I don't know. She believes he didn't do anything. And, you know, you got to think about it. You really got to think about it. Like, why would you come in there and cover your face and stuff up and take a whole baby out of a house that has all these cameras? See, yeah, he was over there all the time, not like what we think, though. I'm telling you, nobody lets somebody just, you know what I'm saying? You don't know every camera. And take the baby out the crib. And he could have it could have been him. He could have got jealous of the baby, and but he wanted the baby. I don't know. But to take a baby out the crib, that was the craziest case we had. It just don't make sense. Anyway, like I was saying, when we got down there and got our suitcase and was getting ready to walk in the back door, I seen this thing jumping. It was a little critter. And I thought it was a frog because we have frogs here in Kansas, So I'm like, oh, look at the frog. And I was telling my husband, I said, look at the frog. So I kind of bend down to get a really good look at the frog, and he jumped, and I wasn't scared because it's a frog, right? Girl, I am not lying to you. That was not no frog. That was a roach. I said, oh, Papa said that's a roach. I said, what is it doing jumping like a frog? He said it's a frog. I'm telling you, it was not the size of a 50-cent piece. It was the size of a frog in Texas. I kid you not. Scared the living daylights out of me. Scared the living... Texas, that's what they're known for. Everything is big in Texas. And they tell you before you come into town. When you hit the skirts of Texas, they say, welcome to Texas. And then it says, don't mess with Texas or Texas will mess with you. You do not want to end up in jail in Texas, okay? They believe in hanging people and stuff. They got big trucks in Texas. They got a lot of money come through Texas because you're right there on the border, Mexico too, It's crazy. But I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you like a T.I. is. You guys know I ain't going to never lie whether I'm married or not married or whatever. The men in Texas are some good men. I'm telling you, they're the best men in the world. And I hate to say, not all my exes is in Texas, but some of them is. But when I've dated men in Texas, they are very, very, everyone I've ever dated, they'll pay the bill. They'll go to work. If you're in a fight, they'll tell you to get behind them. You know what I'm saying? They will. They'll say, get behind me. I'll protect you. And I had this one friend. He come from Texas. Oh, he was big, dark, chocolate. Girl, I'm in the club and I'm like, hey, I'm getting into it with my ex. He was like, hey, you walking out with me. And we wasn't dating. He just come up here to party. And I was like, I'm gonna party with you. And we became really close friends. I met him that night and we've been friends ever since, And there ain't nobody gonna mess with you. And they ain't. Now, shoot, I should have been, and I should have been doing my whatever. But nevertheless, you guys, he was my knight in shining armor. That wasn't the only one. I've dated more than that in Texas, and I've always had a better outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't work because of maybe where I was at in life. You know what I'm saying? But compared to the guys here in Kansas, they just don't have the same appetite. They just don't. So when somebody says something negative about Texas men, I denounce it. They all ain't gonna be great, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, you'll have a better chance with someone, a young fellow in Texas. I'm just letting you guys know. She said, Esri, you was about the business before. You know I was, girl. My husband had to make me a righteous woman because I was in there. I can say I had fun in my life. Now, it didn't always go the way I wanted it to go. But I tell you what, I traveled a lot. I seen a lot. I dated a lot. I just didn't settle. Some people be like, did you settle? Did you settle? No, I know what I wanted. And maybe I thought what I wanted. But I'm going to be honest with you. I dated around before I got married both times. And the first time I just got married because I wanted to get married. But before I even married him, I have dated. I've dated a lot of men. So I know where the good men are at. They're in Texas, okay? I'm just letting you know. I mean, you'll have a long-term relationship with someone, even if it's a long distance. I've had a long distance relationship with someone in Texas, and it lasted maybe a year. And the reason why it didn't work is because the long distance part. But I mean, it was fun. And every time when I came to Texas, they paid for my room. And very respectful. They went home. Or they got a second bed. It wasn't like you're going to get in my bed. Very respectful about dating women. They treat women, and that's what the problem is. Them women the men in Texas are, decent dating material. And so the women will always buck up to them and try to get them. You know what I'm saying? Get them away from you because, yeah. So anyway, nevertheless, you're going to have some critters in there too. But it is what it is. So anyway, you guys, you definitely, Shannon is in Texas with Kayla. Kayla, she's an attorney. She can handle it. I think Kayla coming from Atlanta, Kayla seemed like, Kayla is Kayla. She can talk a big game like you, but she in Texas. Texas don't play all of that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that if Kayla was in Texas and went to school, she wouldn't have got a degree. It's a little higher standard in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Them women in Texas don't play. They're very smart. They listen. I'm just saying. I wouldn't mess around with a female in Texas, like fighting and arguing and all this other stuff. Because, it's a lot of money in Texas. It's just like New York. It's a lot of money in New York. It's a lot of money in Texas. When I say those are the trading places in the world, people be like, oh, it's everywhere. It's different when you're in the business. You see the merchandise, you see the money, you see the trains, you see the planes coming in and all that other stuff, the shipping and stuff. Places like that. Texas is a place where a lot of the branding, designer stuff come out of. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I was hoping that Yak would got out, and I mean, it's still time. Today is what, the 20th. So he still got Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be Christmas. I don't know. Yeah, it's a different kind of rich. Yeah. It's a hard working, and that's why you don't go to Texas playing with people, because you've got a lot of the Spanish communities that come over that is, illegal, and they're out there making they're making a living, they're making money, and you can get things very cheap. But let me tell you, they work very hard. And I'm not giving a shout out to that community because that ain't my job. I'm giving a shout out to the black community, but they are about their business out there. And I'm just letting you guys know, you can't take away the truth from something that is the truth. That's always going to be the truth. You can lie about it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. They're about their money out there. Okay? So I don't know why DB allegedly was involved with that family that was just crazy, other than they had the drugs and and how that all went down, and we tried to manipulate the pictures and the videos and see this and see that, but I had to go out there to see for myself. Like I said, when I told you guys something, I told you the truth. The only thing I really didn't tell you guys, and sometimes you just can't tell it all, that's because you make a commitment to the person that you're interviewing or the person that you're talking to, because there's people's lives on the line and what you can say. Now, can your channel blow up? Yeah, you can blow the channel up. People's like, go by DB's mom's house and da-da-da-da. You don't know, I already had a full interview with her, full conversation. And I didn't, she had little kids that did nothing, you know what I'm saying? his little brothers that did nothing. And you don't want people coming out there, I mean, they can find their house as easy as we can find their house. But I didn't tell you guys, yeah, the grass wasn't cut. Mom had a little boyfriend. She wasn't married to the guy, and I guess he used to work for the police department or whatever. And I talked to him too, and you know what they told me? I weighed the information, and I made a decision. I told Papa, I said I made a decision. I wasn't gonna put her out there like that. First of all, she was a a black mother, and her kid is in trouble, and he can't even read or write or and he don't even understand what's going on, and we did financially help them out. I know y'all didn't know that, but we did on tickets and bills and things of that nature. Freddie was there to make sure everything was taken care of the right way. It did. And we stayed in touch for a while, So they found him incompetent to stand trial. And the only thing I said, because here's the thing, just don't kill him. You know what I'm saying? Just don't kill him. Like, I don't think if he did something of that nature, he was sick. To go in a house full of people and pull the baby out, walk him down the street, because he can't, he can drive, but I mean, things started adding up. Like, it was more possible that it was him. But the thing I could not understand is, if you got a grown son in the house, why did it take so long for you guys to call the police? And why did he go and change his clothes? And why you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then y'all have a lot of bullet holes in the house, and then you got these men coming in, going out, coming in, going out, coming in, going out. And you got them around somebody else's kid. And you don't even have your own kids. Like, she wasn't supposed to have them kids. And why did the mother of these kids did not come and get her kids? See what I'm saying? And then they get mad. They got mad. They were, oh, we're mad at you because you're doing a mock trial. Girl, if you don't get out of here and leave me alone, here's the thing. Everybody else can say what they want to say, and they were. But she didn't go and voice her mind to them. She come to this channel and was like, yeah, I'm such and such. I said, well, if you're such and such, call me. Okay. And then don't. And then be like, yeah, I'm mad because you did the mock trial. I did the mock trial because we wanted to see what probably, when you do mock trials like that, I know some people thought it was a game. I didn't believe it, nothing like a game. Everybody took their position. This person gonna be the judge. This person gonna be the DA. This person's gonna be the defense attorney. This person's gonna be whatever. We did the mock trial, and it lasted what? Maybe 2-3 weeks. I don't know. Anyway, I think it lasted about a week. I didn't want it to last that long because, the grandmother was acting like she was so hurt. If you're so hurt, why you didn't go see about your grandkids? That's my question. If you knew where they were, and you did, why you didn't go get them? Why you didn't have the police go to that house and say, give me my grandkids, or give me my kids? I hold the adults responsible for that child's death in that house. You had an unsafe, then you had the crib underneath an air condition in the back of the freaking house that the locks in the doors don't even lock, or are they broke? In nastiness. Come on, you guys. Them kids was living in nasty. They couldn't even go outside. You just locking them in like they're a toy. And then the neighbor next door said he was giving them sandwiches. Why would you keep somebody's kids and you got to get sandwiches from the neighbor? Give them kids back to the mama or the grandmother. See, people do this all the time. They ain't worried about them kids. You got them kids. You take care of them kids. You feeding them kids. We don't know where the kids is. You know, they say, oh, we were looking for them and all this other stuff. Oh, just whatever. Crazy. That was, we were really involved. We was really involved. And I enjoyed it. I know you guys enjoyed it too, hey Tina. Fell in love with that little boy named Cash. Cute name, Cash. We're coming out of, like, we've been on YouTube for like 4 or 5 years or whatever. But anyway, just thinking back, you guys, just thinking back on all the trials and the things that we did and how many interviews we had and stuff, and people be like, oh, you done lost it. No, I ain't lost it. I just think I have to always consider how much time to put into something, and was it effective? If things is effective, was there changes in other people's lives? Like, it makes you think as grown women in this channel different. Or are you the same person how you thought 5 years ago? I know for a fact the way that I perceive people and look at people is different now. Because we were in the middle of everything. We were in the middle of everything, you guys. It's easy to get in there. That's how you learn. That is how you learn. You get involved. You see what's going on in the community, even though that's Texas. Or go up to Iowa. Or go to Atlanta. Or go to Virginia. Or go to New York or something. Or get involved. Or Philadelphia. And get people to talk to you from miles away. You got to remember, just like in Birmingham. Shoot. Y'all, yeah. The bomb diggity. Huh? The bomb diggity. Getting into it with April. Because she think it was okay. And I don't know if anybody learned. Everybody like, SP, leave April alone. Shut up. Don't even say you're my friend. You make me look bad. Why do I say that? Because you do. At the end of the day, here's the thing. If I'm in a squabble with somebody and you're my friend and you feeling like you're right, just stay out. If you're not helping me, don't tell me you're my friend. Do not come on here saying, SP, leave her alone. SP, don't, just, because, in the real world, if her and I were toe to toe, I try to explain this to you guys, especially the ones that are very close to me. Do not speak to me when I am in a confrontation with anybody. Why? Because you make me look bad. Well, they were right. No, they was not right. If anything ever came out, they're gonna look at what you said. Leave her alone. Don't do this. Don't do that. When the only thing I'm trying to tell this young lady, which black people fail to do to our young ladies, is the truth. What makes you think that it was okay to put a 3-year-old in the middle of crack alley and drive off? Don't tell me I'm wrong. Because you want to pacify another female because of her color. You're not helping the situation. Let's call a spade a spade. You have to tell these women you don't do that. That's all I said to her. Oh, you're OSP. You know what I say? I say, you know what? Get out of here. You know why? Because if she was my daughter, that's what I would have told her. What the heck was you thinking? You're wrong. And you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your life. And I know this. But don't sit up here and tell me you're right when this child is gone. When everybody's talking about, she's okay. She's not okay. Here's another Christmas coming, and Cupcake is not here. It's not just a case, you guys. The baby's not here. Now, you know what you don't understand? That you really need to get in your mind, to really think about this. My grandchild is here. And this is not trying to slap somebody in the face, because I will go clean off. Don't even play with me. But to tell a grown woman that she made a horrible, bad decision for a child, you're going to say, oh, it's okay. I say a good thing she ain't got another little girl that has to go through that. And then to find out, and we don't really even know the whole truth. All we know is Stillwell or Stillworth or whatever his name, Stallworth. That's his name, Stallworth. Is Patrick Stallworth is in jail. It's never gonna get out. Okay. And Quintessa is in jail, never gonna get out. You cannot tell these young ladies, okay, this is the main thing that I wanted to say to you guys, and it's been on my mind because I've been watching other videos of other stuff about, and I don't know if you guys ever listened to Kevin Samuel. He's passed away, but he's got millions of videos out there, and it speaks badly about African American women and how we think and what we, but he's really talking about dating and our processing information and stuff. And and some people get mad at me, but I say, yeah, I can't really say too much because what he's saying is true. Like, we cannot keep telling our counter sisters, women, it's okay. Keep making the same mistakes. We can't keep saying that. All of this journey, when the new year comes in, you really have to reflect and see are we talking to our sisters, mothers, wives? I say mothers Because, I think everybody in here got kids. Well, kids, even that my kids are grown. Your kids is grown too. So we got kids. But we still got to help them. We still got to help them make right decisions. Try to, they going to date who they want to date and all this other stuff, We can't stop that. But, we can be like, whatever, But, even when they make bad decisions, we could still, not say, oh, yeah, we're going to support that bad decision there. No, just, they know. Trust me, they know. I'm talking to somebody in here. But they're going to do what they want to do. Because the world is telling them, it's your world. You can live it however you want. I'm going to say this, you guys, because it's something that's on my mind. My spirit spoke to me, was it the other day or whatever. But I seen this girl dancing. And she was dancing. She was all pretty and everything. And she was shaking her butt and wiggling it and, being very, provocative and seductive and everything. And I was like, oh my, she danced very well. And, I guess, the guys really love it or whatever. I mean, I didn't love it, but I just think that her dancing was nice, a nice dance. But, I kind of thought to myself, and I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to share a spiritual encounter with you guys. At that moment, I thought, this world is telling our younger generation, sex, show the boobs, show the butt, put on the big old eyelashes, have the long fingernails, color your hair red and pink and orange. And I'm looking, because actually a lot of them look like clowns, especially the ones that have little money and they still try to look that way. I was out yesterday buying some purses. They had 50% off, so I was in the building. I ended up getting a Fendi original authentic with the license of authenticity. A Dooney and Burke, Ford Coach, and I think a Michael Kors. All of them real. And she walks up to me, and I was trying to get all the ones before because I was told about the sale the day prior because of a connection. So I was grabbing all the ones I wanted. I had to put them in layaway. Some of them is $800 purses. I didn't get the Christian Dior. I didn't get that one. It was ugly anyway. I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't. But, just because of the name brand, I just don't have one. And most, what? To be honest, and then they had a Louis Vuitton. I thought about that one, and I was like, no. Anyway, you guys, y'all know, I have a thing about purses and shoes and things of that nature, and I collect them. Sometimes I even give them to you guys. I give them away. No, it's not for the giveaway, sweetheart. This is my personal collection. No, baby. No, baby. This is my personal collection. No, but you know what I actually do? I actually sometimes go in my collection and take one or two out. And I tell y'all, that's why I tell y'all, I know for a fact it's real because I bought it. And I didn't buy it from no swap meet or flea market or whatever. My Fendi is a $700 purse. My Dooney and Burke is a $400 purse. And when I give one away or something, I'm giving away something I love, I like, it's beautiful. But anyway, nevertheless, she walks up, my own cousin, and I gave her a hug and I said, "What's up?" Because she had a purse, and her purse wasn't nothing. But anyway, you know, I just thought it was another girl coming, like, hey, she kind of was dressed pretty nice. So I'm thinking she coming for these purses. But anyway, nevertheless, she gave me a hug and she was like, "Oh, cuz, what's up?" I was like, "What's up?" But I looked at her wig that she had on. I'm going to tell y'all something, okay? And it's just the honest to God truth. She looked like Oompa. Oompa. Her wig looked like a Oompa wig. You know those blue wigs that the Oompas wear? Like, where was the lace front at? She had a roll right on the front. Like, honey, when you have a roll on the front of the bead of your wig, that means you were supposed to probably put a bang there and not try to put it up. Like, and I thought to myself, girl, what the heck are you doing? Put a lace front on it, even if it don't stick right. You got the cheapest wig ever, and the bead. I mean, it had to been probably a $10 wig. I'm just saying, or $2 wig or something. She got on, I don't know, Wish or something. But I thought to myself, wow. Are we that, weird where we want to dress like everybody and put on this $2 wig? If you guys know what a $2 wig look like, I didn't say nothing. She said she needed a friend to tell her, "Girl, please, that girl gonna fight you left and right." That is, and she's from the other side of the tracks. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean no harm. She my kinfolk. She really is, but that's a hood rat, okay? But anyway, to wear that wig out front, like, I mean, when we started wearing tracks and things of that nature, we were trying to put it in so you don't see the track, or you don't see the difference, and da 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 da. You don't just throw it on. And I thought, I'm pretty sure she sees this every morning when she goes to the mirror. This big bead of hair that's sitting right next to her forehead. Nobody need to tell her. She sees it. But somebody must have told her she was cute. Girl, please. Okay? Let me tell you something. If she would have had the right wig on, if you're going to wear a wig, just wear it right. Don't have it where everybody knows it's a wig. I mean, we probably already know anyway, but still, don't be so freaking obvious. That's like, girl, that's like fighting. Those are fighting words. If I would have said, "Girl, what's going on with your wig?" She would have said, "Ninja, mind your own business." But it wasn't like she even put any effort into it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't put no effort into it. She got this $2 wig off of Wish, threw it on, put it up in a ponytail, and it wasn't one of those. Yeah, that's what she would have said. You just jealous, girl. She wouldn't have said that. She wouldn't have been disrespectful because she's my younger cousin. But I done had not words with her, but we done fell out before. Because she do got a banging body. Let me tell you that, you guys. She got a banging body, okay? She probably 5'7". She probably weigh $110. You know what I'm saying? She got probably, she got a handful of boob, and she got a little butt on her. So she thinks she's cute, but I mean, she's just a hood rat, really. But I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, it would have been a fight. It would have been a fight. But she said, "Oh my God, SP, you." It would have been a fight. And I just said, "What's up?" And I just looked at her and I was like, "What the heck is going?" I'm thinking to myself, "Girl, you are embarrassing." I mean, I couldn't even say, because by the time because you got to get close up to me, because I didn't even know who she was until she was like, "Hey, cuz," she cool. Like I said, you guys, I've got a side of the family that is just gangster, hood, ghetto, fabulous, everything. And you really don't want to play with them. She will fight you on a drop of a dime. Now, take it that I am her older cousin. She respects that. So, I just said, and I already know she got very short hair anyway. I just look at him because something's wrong in your mind that you thought, and she was with a man. He should have told her. Like, why would you put this hat on top of your head? And it looks like a oompa. You look like I said to myself, I got in the car when, I purchased all my stuff. And let me tell you guys something. I don't have money like you think I have. So I brought 2 items home, and the rest all went into layaway. Okay? Because I don't have that kind of money. I'm going to just put $50 down every time I get paid. Until I can get them all home. Get all my babies to come home with me. They're my babies. Exactly. Hey, cuz. That's what's up. She was like, hey. That's what's up. She said, she looked at me. She said, the girl's spending money. I had purses on both arms, all full. Sitting up there at the counter. She like, look at my cousin. That's how they see me. You know what I'm saying? And she was one of my favorites at one time. Anyway, nevertheless. I'm just going to tell y'all the spiritual experience. So what came in my head was that everybody wants to denounce God. Jesus coming in the form of man and shedded his life, So I started seeing people dancing. Like I said, this girl that was dancing, they had this banging body, whatever. Being seductive. Wearing wigs that look like, it really looked like a kid toy. Seen this older woman. She have to be 61, 62 with purple hair. Because everybody call themselves free. Free doesn't mean that you come out looking like a clown or a oompa. It's really weird that for some reason she thought she was beautiful. I don't know how she can look in the mirror and see the bead was like a half an inch across the front of her forehead. I kid you guys not. You know I'm not lying to you. I wouldn't lie on my cousin. And I thought to myself, what the heck is she, what's you doing, what you thinking? Anyway, like the little troll dolls. Exactly, come on. Exactly, that's exactly what it looked like. Let me tell you guys something. You wouldn't believe me if I'm telling you. It wasn't like she was hiding it. It was like, I'm going to set this on top of my head, and I'm going to swoop it all up, put it on top of my head like I Dream of Jeannie, like it's coming out of my scalp, and I've got this bead that's going from ear to ear that's a half an inch thick, and you guys don't see it. How you doing? I see you in the building. She said her name is Lakina. Lachey. I like the Lachey. I think that's how you pronounce it. My daughter, she don't spell her Lachey like that. I think she even spells hers Leesha. Anyway, you guys, I'm older, so I give her love, I give her a hug. What's up, cuz? She said, I see you doing it. I said, hey, it is what it is. And we spoke to each other. Like I said, when I seen her, I'm pretty sure I stared at it. But anyway, you guys, like I said, the spiritual experience was that I started feeling like golly, we just walk out the house looking like that any kind of way. She would have been better off just coming out the house with nothing on her head and just putting a bandana on her head. She would have been better off. But yeah, you can't tell them because you say something. She would have said, yeah, I seen cuz and she was at the store and she thinking she this, she thinking she that. She gonna tell me my wig cost me $200. Girl, that wig cost you $2. Take off 2 zeros, okay? For real. You can get a pretty decent wig for $39. But you can't get any kind like that. Everybody got lace front. Well, you can make lace front. You can do that. So I don't think her wig was one of the type of wigs that you put up in the front of your forehead. I think her wig was one of those wigs that goes halfway. You know what I'm saying? And you put your hair up in the front and you put that in the back and you feather it down. You cover that up. I think that's what that was, and she had it at the front. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, to be honest, the biggest that bead was on that definitely was not a full wig. That was one of those, they call them half wigs, that you put a half of your head and you put your hair up on top. You guys understand what I'm saying? I'm no expert, but I seen what I seen. This bead on this wig was a half an inch, and it was not supposed to be in the front. But for some unknown reason, she had it up front, and she was wearing it, and she had pulled it up, and she was smiling and grinning, hey, and she, her man done went over there and did this and did that. Yeah, that's a leave out. Okay, Well, she didn't leave nothing out. She stuck it right up in the front. And like I said, I mean, it's okay to wear a wig and it don't look, like I'm not no expert, y'all. Y'all know me. I throw a wig on in a minute. And but you know what I'm saying? And you might even see the little lace or whatever, lace. You might even see that. But you're not going to see no half-inch bead sitting on top of my forehead. Now, Cuz was happy to see. Yes, she was. Yeah, she was. I think she was. I think she knew it was a little bit embarrassed because the whole entire time I was in the store, and I was up there for a minute because I was like, oh, I need to get another one. Oh, can I bring these home and put those in there? And, and she stayed away, and they was looking at rings and stuff, and I guess they were getting ready. He was going to buy her a ring or whatever. But at the end of the day, you guys, like I said, the spiritual side of me was like, I was coming home and I was thinking about it, and I was like, golly, man, she, we just walking, like, I mean, she hadn't did anything wrong. Don't get me wrong, you guys. She hadn't done nothing wrong. I'm just saying. Like, I look at Yak, and he's sitting in the courtroom, and he looks calm and peaceful. He doesn't look like somebody that's terrorizing everybody. Trying to not now judge a book by its cover, because I was banking on they need to let him go. Why? He was found not guilty. And they were in court. And they was like, oh no, he went in the man's cell and shut the cell and whipped him with a electrical cord. I'm like, what the heck? What do all of this have to do with what you're saying, SP? I'm saying, you know what? Yeah, you really can't tell a book by its cover. But I did say, Yak got all those things in his forehead, all those riffles in his forehead. Let me show y'all his forehead. Look at his forehead, you guys. He's a very good looking young man. Let me show y'all. Look at his forehead. Just look at his forehead. Now, I'm going to say this. You would be thinking he's going, what you think? Or what's going on? Or like he's thinking about something, right? But I'm going to tell you something. If you ever go back into any of the YSL trials and look at him, that is his expression even on a calm day. It never changes. His face never gets smooth. He's always in that position. His forehead is wrinkled like that. It's like it's stuck, like it's stamped on his. And so you have to know those are people that you don't want to play with. Those are people you don't want to play with. I'm just giving y'all a little food for thought, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something before I leave. I'm going to tell you this. You guys, let me share something with you. It's always a time for everything, okay? Check this out. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. You can take it or leave it, It'll be on you if that's what you want to do. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. You don't have to be married. You don't have to be in a relationship. You don't have to act like something that you ain't or anything. The best thing in life as of age over anybody that is over 50, the best advice is to have a peaceful life. Once you hit 50, what other people do They do. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, you can still speak to them, talk to them, but sometimes, they're so into their habit, they will hurt you trying to tell them something. They don't want to know the truth. If I would have said something to my little cousin, it would have been a problem. I would hear about it all year long. I am going to live the rest of my life in peace. You guys understand? Live a peaceful life. Because my mother told me this, and it is true. My grandmother told me this, and she said that this world is going to hell in a handbasket. Did your parents or your grandparents tell you that? I'm just being honest. Somebody put in the chat, did you ever hear that this world is going to hell in a handbasket? Okay? This ain't got nothing to do with her wig. It's got to do with everything of, like, why would you what possess you to come out looking like that and think that everything was okay? Why would Yak Gotti think that he's getting out of jail with 13 offenses in prison, lock himself in a cell, beat somebody with a extension cord, and then go up to somebody and say, because you want to fight me, I'm going to go in there to fight you, get stabbed in the head and be like, let me go? Leaving babies in crack alley at the age of 3 and say, I didn't do nothing wrong. Taking babies out the crib and walking them down to a park to stab them 15 to 20 times. Taking babies in the middle of the night to go shoot them in the head. We've seen it all. Putting them in trash cans. We've seen it all in the last 2 or 3 years. I'm telling you guys, this is my spiritual intellect saying. This is what the world is. And these things got to happen. And I didn't know this. I'm going to share something with you that you guys did not know. And I did not know this. Yes, there's a time and a place for everything and everybody. And the Bible tells us that we're going to want him to come early. But all these things got to happen. But I did not know this until in the last 2 years. That, I didn't know that he said that he's got to come back early. Because if he don't, nobody will be saved. Like he says, and I didn't know that. I don't know if you guys knew it. But you got to read. And I'm going to get back into reading. But I remember him saying that all these things got to happen. But he is coming back. But not only that, he's going to come back. He doesn't use the word early. I can't remember exactly the word. But it states that he's got to come back early. Because if you think this is bad, put 20 times on it in the next 2 or 3 years. Because when you're going downhill, you don't go downhill with the brakes on. You go downhill flying. You freelancing. You're going. And that's what that's what's happening. You can't tell these kids anything. They will hurt you. So I wanted to share something because I see that there's a mass shooting in the Wisconsin area. That's right next to Michigan and Iowa and all of that. It's at some Christian school. 3 people are already considered pronounced deceased, including the shooter. Christian school. You guys, when you start seeing these babies passing and people acting like, oh, it's okay and I'm sorry, and pushing them out windows and dragging them and throwing them in the pools and, running down the streets, done throw them in the trash and going to court talking about, I'm not guilty. We done seen it all. We really have. We done seen it all. I mean, that's nothing compared to where it's going to be. I'm now like my mother. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything, but do I really want to be here for all of that? I really don't. I don't want to see it all. Because I think about these kids all the time. I think about Cupcake. I think about I want to say Michaela, the first baby, Malia, then the second Malia, and Cash, and King, and Brandon, Braylon, and oh my God, there's so many of them. It's just, and this is in like 4 years, and it's just, and that's just what we talked about. That and we got. Let me tell you. Let me share this with you. In 90% of these cases, no. Yes. No. Yes, 90. In 90% of these cases, we were so involved that we really got to hear from the people. We really got to hear the people that was a part of what was going on and all this other stuff, just to get an inside look instead of being on the outside making a decision. You remember when people were calling in, is you that lady? Don't be saying my name and don't be saying that, take that off your channel, blah, 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 blah. Because you know what? If I want to get in, I can get in. I don't care what you say. I can get in. I'm just like everybody else. If I want to know, I can know. I'll come down there. Oh, I'll make some phone calls. I'll call your neighbor. I'll call the landlord. I will call the police. I want to know you remember when, and I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here because you guys do know that, the Bible is supposed to be our answers. And it tells us everything that we see now. Right? But remember when Abraham was sitting on the hill and he was talking to Jesus, God, I don't know, some angels, I don't know. Some books say he was talking to Jesus. I believe he was. And God, I believe he was. Or whatever. And this is after he was telling him about he was going to give him a baby and Sarah and all this other stuff. But Jesus speaks and he says, should I tell him what I'm going to do? So who was Jesus speaking to? If this is the Old Testament, that means he was already is. But anyway, nevertheless, or God. But who was you talking to? If it's just God, or was it Jesus or God or whatever? Nevertheless, those are questions I'll ask him when I get up there. But he says, should I tell him what I'm going to do? Whatever the answer was, he goes and tell Abraham, which was, well, his name is Abram now, but it was before Abraham. He says to him, I'm going to Sodom and Gomorrah, and I'm going to destroy it. And so Abraham says, hold on, you're supposed to be a good God. Now, hold on. Don't do that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people there. You're going to wipe out everybody? What if there's 100 people? You still going to destroy it? And he says, no. God says, no. If there's 100 good people, I wouldn't destroy it. He said, well, hold on. What if there's 50? You still going to destroy it? He says, no. No, I'm not going to do it. He said, what about 30? Would you still destroy it? He said, no, I wouldn't do it. He says, okay, let me speak one more time. One more time. What if there's 10 good people, you still going to destroy the whole city? And he says, no. If there's 10 good people, I will not destroy it. And then he leaves. He walks off and goes. See, he said, remember, he said, I'm going to go see if it's true. Now, the God that we serve, he knows everything, don't he? Right? So let's go to the next phase of what happened. They end up in the town of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Now, Abraham has a nephew or whatever named Lot. Lot is in the square, in the middle of where they sell and bargaining stuff, and everybody's doing everything. Everybody having sex with everybody. Everybody's doing the dance. They twerking. They twitching. Their hair is red. Their hair is blue. Their hair is pink. They got long fingernails, and it's painted. And Jezebel's is all around and everything. But here's the funny thing. So Lot got 2 daughters, right? They're supposed to be... They are supposed to be not known to men, saying that they are virgins, right? So Lot's in the town and he sees these 2 men, allegedly men, angels or whatever, or 3, I'm sorry, I said 2, 3, coming to town. And Lot knew right then, hey, come to my home and I will protect you. You cannot stay out in the middle of town like this. They will hurt you. They will do things to you, just like in jail, right? You know what they do to jail, especially men. Men on men, whatever. Things of that nature. So he's telling them, you don't want to stay out here because this is what's going to happen to you. So he says, come to my house. So they finally go to his house, and he locks the door. And then here come all of these men from the town. They done seen these men, allegedly angels, coming to town. And Lot got them in his house. I don't know what these men are thinking. Oh, Lot got these men in there. Oh, they finna have a party with some men we don't even know about. Okay, hold on. How in the world is Lot got these daughters that's married, that's virgins, that's married... Again, let me say again, that's virgins. And so these men knock on the door. Hey, what's up? Oh, where the men at that you brought to your house? He was like, hey, leave them alone. He was like, no, send them out. Lot like, no, man, no, go away. He was like, no. He was like, I'll give you anything. Hey, I got 2 daughters here that's virgins. Now, remember, they married, but they're virgins. But you can take these 2 women that don't take these men, because they really wasn't men, okay? They were angels or whatever. Well, here at the end of the story, and I know some of you guys don't know this, but I'm going to tell you this. You can read it for yourself or whatever. Anything that you have in your heart, it's going to come out. So sometimes people get mad at me because they say, you always speaking about this, because I love God. He is an awesome God. But let me tell you what he did, though. So what he did was, these men said, if you do not put them men out your house, we're going to do worse to you than what we was going to do to them. Now, you know what they were going to do. They was going to do the oochie coochie. You get it? They was going to run trains on these angels. And Lot said, I'm not going to let you do that. You know what the angels did? The angels told Lot, grab your wife, grab your kids. And when they open up the door, when the angel opened up the door, it was probably, I don't know how many men surrounding his house, probably 25 to 50. Every last one of them was blind. Did you hear what I just said? Hello? Because see, when you guys hear you'll know. I'm not telling you something that I don't know. Read it for yourself. When they opened up the door, everybody that was surround that house was blind. Just like when they went to go get Jesus. He could have make them all be blind. He walked away from them so many times. There's times you guys don't even know. There's books that you guys don't even know about that I don't even speak on. There's other stuff. But at the end of the day, when Lot grabbed Sarah, that was another Sarah, but still her name was Sarah, because remember, I guess she turned into a pillar of salt because she decided to look back. But they ran to the hills, Zion and all them other places. And see, they were supposed to go over here, but then Lot was like, don't let us go over there, let us go over here. And then, his daughter's like, yeah, because there's men over there and all over here and all this other stuff. Well, there's a story after story after story, right? Because his wife looked back, turned to, because she missed that kind of lifestyle. She was missing that kind of lifestyle. So the angels told him to don't look back. And they did. Well, she did. And there is a pillar of salt right where this supposed to take place. Now, I don't know if the story is true or not, but that's the story, right? So then they go up in the mountains, and then his daughters ended up having intercourse with the father because they don't know men, and all they seen was people was having sex, and they want to have a baby. So yeah, that's where we get all this perversion and stuff from. It's in us, you guys. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody without sin. So therefore, you're gonna, even though that these girls didn't partake into the sin or whatever, it was just weird how the father was willing to give up his virgin daughters that was married, that haven't been touched by man, to 50 men, and then on top of that, then they ended up having sex with the father. The first one went in, and then she told her, like, tag team, now you go in and get you a little bit of some of daddy. And then that's why you have these men wanting to have sex with their daughters. Okay? I'm just telling y'all the truth. You can like it or not. It's true. Go read it for yourself. Go read, and the same things like I said. When you see these things happening in the Bible, that's what happens. Okay? That's why we know sin so well. That's why we know sin so well. There's nobody perfect, okay? So when you see these things in the world, everybody painting their hair purple and green and blue and red, and they smiling, and then they got the fingernails that's probably about 4 inches long, and then they all painted and everything. And I'm not saying nothing, because you know what, I paint my fingernails, but I don't put nails on because I grow my own nails, and I'm just not going to spend that kind of money. I'm not going to spend $100 on some fingernails. I'm going to tell you guys something. I listen to a lot of people, and they may have some things right, and they may have some things wrong, and me being the same thing. I'm going to just share with you what I've found and what I've seen in the last 4 or 5 years. We're coming into a new year. I hope everybody make right decisions. Try to make things right with somebody that you've not been getting along with. Because guess what? People are now not even waking up. I'm going to share this with you guys without giving you guys too much information. But a person that I know was fine one day, and I get a text message. They're dead. They didn't wake up. This was just last week. This person trained me on a lot of things. Now I'm not especially like attached to this person, but it makes you think, dang. One day you here, the next day you're gone. And the world continues to exist without that person. You say you believe, or you think to yourself, it should be different when a child is gone. Now, that's an adult. I mean, she was in her 60s or whatever. You say, well, they had their life. They lived their life. Yeah, but nobody wants to die, I don't believe she thought she was going to die. And they was talking some mad stuff about this person before they died. They was, like I said, I don't want to get all into it, but they were like, oh yeah, she no good, she this, she that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I just sit there. I was like, wow, really? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, the whole entire time, this woman was sick and died. And nobody had compassion that she was still trying to work. Now people want to cry. I don't cry because I never spoke ill of her. But now she with the Father. Because to be out the body is to be the present with the Lord, right? Okay. Anyway, you guys, you look at life and don't think that you got all the time in the world, and the best thing to have is not. I mean, yeah, we all want money. I want to win that mega million ball. And when I do win it, you guys, or whatever, when I do win, I'm going to tell y'all I don't want it. And I'm going to be happy about it. But it ain't all about all of that. It's about peace. When you have peace, sometimes you can have peace in a marriage. Sometimes you can't have peace in a marriage. Sometimes you can have peace by yourself. Being singleness is not a problem. And like I said once before, don't beat yourself up. Sometimes you probably need to stay single so you can stay close to God. Maybe the only way I can stay close to God is to have my husband help me. Because it's hard out here. But if you're going to be about the world, be about the world. But you cannot straddle that fence. Okay? I'm not saying there's a problem. You can wear your colors or whatever. But come on, y'all. Come on. You get about 60 years old, start acting your age, okay? You got kids, you got grandkids, start acting your age. Start telling them the truth so that they won't have the problems of the world. That's all I'm trying to say. If they doing something wrong or whatever, you ain't got to come out and say, oh, you going to hell. I'm not telling you to tell them that because you don't know who going and who not. I'm just saying, tell them the truth about what they're doing in the world. Some is going to be just like the seeds. They're going to fall to the wayside. But some will be planted and they will remember. And that's why we're here. And there's stories after stories after stories. People going to hell wanting to come back and tell us stuff and they can't. Because God said, if they didn't believe you when you was alive, what makes you think they're going to believe you when you dead? So there's obvious things that people in the afterlife would love to share with us that they can't. Like, you don't have a lot of time to live a peaceful life, so live it. And quit trying to act like the world. You guys, I got to get off of here. I'm going to cook me some chicken and noodle before I go to work tonight. I will see you guys Monday, 3 p.m. Central Time. Be good, be great, and be nice to each other. Bye.
Dropping nothing but golden nuggets
SP News Nuggets. And you guys, we're going to have a lovely time. And if we don't, oh well. Here we go.
I'm known to throw shade.
Now saying Robinson died as the result of a spinal injury.
Well, they told us it was alcohol poison.
Go and terrorize black and brown communities.
Tell me the truth. I won't even get mad. I won't get mad.
Are you sure you ain't gonna get
I'm
mad?
not gonna get mad. Just tell me if you slept with her yesterday. I won't
Are
get
you
mad.
sure you ain't gonna get
I
mad?
won't get mad.
Alright, well I slept with her.